This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the sports betting network. We are live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. We are loaded to the gills today. Paul Stone, 90 minutes, best bets with analysis coming up on college football games this weekend. Derek Stevens back into the program. We'll talk contests with him at that point. He was also at the Raiders game last night. Yikes. And in 30 minutes, lifelong professional gambler, Frank Betty's going to be in studio, known as Frank B.
Top 5 guest. Love him.
No question. If you've never heard him on this show before, you must stay tuned for him coming up at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. He's going to be in studio for a full hour today. Can't wait. Okay, so our takeaways from last night on Monday Night Football. Chargers are good. Paulie, they had 15 passes deflected last night. How is that a thing? Right out of the gates, first pass, deflected, intercepted. Geno was getting the passes tipped the entire game. Is that game plan? Is that athleticism, talent? Overall, it was a beautiful defensive display last night by the Chargers overall.
Yes, and even losing guys and Mack and having injuries, they still dominated and were so good. And what Derwin James did, the game that he had, go back to Brazil when Mack destroyed that guy and Mahomes makes the incredible play to throw the touchdown on 4th down. They've been awesome in the 2 games. So it should have been a blowout. I don't get kicking the field goal. You're going to kick the field goal from the 2-yard line, but you're going to go for it 4th and 1 from midfield.
I don't get it.
I don't know what they were doing.
I don't get the field goal.
Yeah, they got to pick a street here, but
it was a 2-score game. They cut it down to another 2-score game.
But we love Herbert, and you see the weapons that he has, and when he's cooking, now can they get a running game going as well? But that was a great performance defensively and a nice win. And now you look at the schedule. That was after the game. I'm like, yeah, it's got a good team. They might be favored in their next 10 games.
JVT bet them plus 950, 1 seed AFC.
Oh, we got 950.
Yeah.
It's 550 at DK right now.
Yeah, what do you make of that angle?
Yes. Broncos, Giants, Commanders, Dolphins, Colts, Vikings, Titans, Steelers, Jags, Raiders. The Washington games at home, the Colts games at home, the Minnesota and Pittsburgh games are at home. I mean, this is not that they're going to win every one, but certainly that's a good bet. And with the way their roster is constructed and how nasty the defense looks and the weapons, they get that running game going. Then it's a scary outfit.
I think they will, although, again, they lost their best lineman before the season started, so that could be a reason why it's not going to be as highly impactful as we thought entering the year anyway. But he does have weapons. I mean, I said it yesterday on the show. I never bet it. I should have. Johnson's prop was 41.5. Now, he didn't have a zillion targets, but they take bombs to that guy.
If he catches the ball, he's good.
Oh, I think I'm over that.
Okay.
I think he's over the drops.
Yeah.
I think that dude is really, really good. He was so good at TCU, had the drops, and now coming on, he was super solid to begin the year last year.
Getting Keenan Allen was enormous as well.
I would agree.
Nice security blanket.
And McConkey to go with that?
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yep.
And on the flip side, we're 2 games in. I don't want to overreact here, but did Genty go to the wrong spot in the draft?
Yeah, the offensive line's terrible.
It's awful. I have all the numbers to back it up here in a second.
Yep. Are you so concerned that you are dismissing him from Offensive Rookie of the Year?
He was never a consideration at his number.
Right. Yeah. His number should be a lot higher than what it is.
Yeah, he's unbettable. And if he gets me, he gets me.
Right. I just have Warren and Mbuka are so high now.
Sure.
With what they've done, and it's not all his fault, but you got to open up holes for the guy, and they're just not there.
Sure. So when a team is drafting in the top 6, I know people have been anti-running back, in the first round or that high for a long, long time. I get it. Also, Genty was the best college running back we've seen in years. And by the way, save me the nonsense with your tweets about, this is what it looks like when he plays good defenses. Right. Because, because you're right. 0 group of 5 or lower level college players have ever been good in the NFL. Just if you do that, you're wasting your time and you look like a fool hitting submit or hitting send. Don't be that dumb. Has nothing to do with it. And if he went to the right spot, the guy would, I think, completely shine. However, this is a team that drafting 6 overall, that means that they're going to have a lot of needs, obviously. And they said, no, we're going to punt on him because he's such a good college back, we can make it work. Well, without offensive line, again, here you go. Their pass blocking is the 12th highest graded unit at PFF. Not bad. The run blocking, however, which is going to matter the most here with Genti, 18th. And when you dig a little bit deeper, when you look at adjusted line yards, right, they are dead last in the entire NFL through 2 games. Running back rushing yards as a result, second worst. Power success rate, bottom third of the league. Stuffed rate. Their backs, meaning a lot of Genti so far, have been stuffed at a rate of 37% of the runs so far on the year. Of course, that's dead last in the league. Second level yards, 5th worst. That's because they're getting stuffed immediately and he has no room to run. Mm-hmm. And also in the open field, 27th overall. So he's not making an impact.
Yeah.
But I don't know, again, would Derrick Henry make an impact behind this offensive line at this point?
No. And Geno was horrendous. Geno was begging for a pick 6, too. Or a 6 interception game. It was that bad.
I agree.
So they got to bounce back. They had the good win week 1. And Bowers is certainly compromised. That showed last night.
Yeah.
But now on a short week, they got to go to Washington. See if they get a backup quarterback there if Daniels is out. But that was a bad performance by the Raiders. And the Chargers let them hang around and make it interesting when it should have been over.
Can Geno Smith lead a team, again, with that offensive line, a compromised Brock Bowers now on big-time short rest? Warren Sharp, great perspective on this yesterday on the program. So that game got over with around 1 a.m. Eastern time last night.
Yeah.
The Commanders have been home since early Friday morning, haven't played since Thursday. Think about rest advantage there for Washington. And now the Raiders have to fly across the country and play a 1 o'clock Eastern time, 10 o'clock Pacific time, body clock game on Sunday right away. And I mean, if it's like, do you bet the Commanders right now at this number? And then knowing that if Daniels actually is a go on Sunday, it balloons back up to like 6.5 probably. And then even if he doesn't go, you know what? I'll take my chances with Marcus Mariota.
Yep. That's fine with me, too. I think he'll be fine with Kingsbury.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What'd you make of the other game? Mayfield visibly hurt, wobbled after the game. As people were suggesting, it was not easy for him to get out of bed today.
I know. That was a great call, though, by Pete. And that's a prop you have to look at every game, which is now cashed 10 road games in a row, but the longest rush over 9.5. They have the game won. It's 4th and long.
Right.
And then no containment. He just takes off, and they give him the first down. But like Ryan said after the game, they had several chances to put it away and win it, and they couldn't capitalize. I was listening to Sirius NFL radio coming in. Guy was making the case. Collins ran a bad route on that first down when they couldn't score, and they couldn't punch it in down there. You couldn't get the 2. You got the gift where McLaughlin misses the field goal. But 4th and 10 at home, game you have to win, and they're up against it now.
Sure,
now they're 2 back, and they have to go to Jacksonville, and they're underdogs. This season could be slipping away in a hurry for them.
Well, if they lose that game coming up in Week 3 on the road against the Jags,
and the Colts win,
yeah, I'm pretty comfortable in saying their season is pretty close to being done.
Yes.
To recover from that, again, historically, it's a 17-game season, but during the 16-game seasons that we had forever, if you even started 0-2, like that's almost curtains. It's not 100%. But it was very difficult to recover from that. Now 0-3, if they lose that game, and that would be another divisional loss for them, by the way, and that offensive line, oh boy, I think it's actually, we'll put it this way, it's as bad as we thought it was going into the season.
Yep.
He's running for his life.
Chubb, nothing. The one run, fluke, okay,
total
touchdown,
fluke.
but you can't run on Tampa.
Yep.
And that's why it's a horrible matchup for the Jets Sunday. The Buccaneers are the 3rd team in history to win each of their first 2 games of the season, both on the road by 3 points or fewer, joining the 79 Browns and the 88 49ers. Find a way to win. Bull's doing a great job.
I know. Mayfield's an absolute warrior.
He is.
By the way, they have a serious injury.
I love the tweets. I don't want to hear about the redemption story or being saved. He just left Cleveland. That's what happened.
That's all that had to happen.
Right. He was stuck in Cleveland. But he was available for the whole league. He had the cup of coffee in Carolina, but they got him at a great discount and a bargain basement price, and the guy's an MVP candidate.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
So, again, they lost one of their better defenders last night. Evidently, he's going to be out for the year.
Yes.
But Dr. David Chow was tweeting earlier. I'm blanking on the name.
Cansey.
Yeah, there you go, Cansey. Thank you very much. Dr. David Chow said there's a chance based on history here that he might actually be able to come back at the end of the year. But they're also like the guys that they're going to be getting back on offense here.
Sure.
Will be super helpful.
Yes.
It won't be helpful for my Egbuka Rookie of the Year ticket, although he's the short shot now at some books. He's down to 4-1, but like he's going to be impacted when McMillan and certainly Godwin come back.
Yeah.
But they're a fun team. I don't know. I actually
minus 225 to win the division now.
Yeah, you know what? I know they have the win over Atlanta already. Atlanta's going to linger this year.
I think you're right. And the Chargers $1.10 to win the division at some spots.
Well, big one coming up for them this week.
Yep. That is a monster if they beat the Broncos. But the other story, I think, is the kicking props.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on. You can't get away from this. This is unbelievable.
That's
no problem.
Prediction.
Yeah.
The prices on some of these kickers will turn into the NHL first period numbers.
There you go.
Yep.
Say the same thing.
It's going to happen.
Right. I don't want to hear about the juice either. You made a good point yesterday. Like a guy, $1.50. That's a baseball game. You're laying that with the Dodgers, like on the road in Miami. Most
Yankees
nights.
Every day.
That's right.
$1.65.
So that's what it's going to be. And now you just see Aubrey and Dicker and Boswell and how reliable these guys are.
Well, Fairbairn is incredible.
Yeah, that's a 13-2 run over. He is incredible. It's another guy. It's awesome. And in the primetime games, it's 7-1. Both teams to make a 33-yard field goal. The loser was because McLaughlin misses the chippy.
Very good. Guys, follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Paulie's going to recap a lot of the big bets that cashed last night in Win Some, Lose Some. Coming up next.
If you're serious about football betting, VSiN's got your weekend game plan. Fridays at 7 p.m., it's the Circa Friday Football Invitational. Saturday morning, VSiN's College Football Tailgate Show at 9 a.m., breaking down matchups, props, and big-time bets. Later that night, join the Football Contest Show as the sharpest betting minds give you their picks for Sunday's game. And Sunday at 9 a.m., lock in with Mitch and Paulie on VSiN's Pro Football Tailgate Show. Your final stop before kickoff. Check out the full lineup at VSiN.com and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
So, Paulie, have you had a chance to read the VSiN Daily yet?
Yeah, came in at 3 a.m. What's Bill doing up that late?
Well, rumor has it starts off with a 12-hour meditation session.
Then he just pours himself over film and live TV, really focusing and taking it all in. Bill's in with the biggest insiders, talking trade secrets, strategies, the whole nine, absorbing the info.
And then and only then can the writing process begin.
In Las Vegas, Bill's Late Night becomes your early morning. Wake up to the very latest betting insights in your inbox with the VSiN Daily. Sign up for free at vsin.com/newsletter.
On the next A Numbers Game, midweek, lots of guests. Warren Sharp, his favorite plays for Week 3 of the National Football League. And a Wishnev Wednesday, Todd Wishnev joins us. That's always fun. Will Hill, all his bets across the sports betting landscape. Greg Peterson on a full slate of Major League Baseball, all of his plays as we get to the home stretch. Wild card and division races abound. Elihu Foystel as well. When to buy and sell points. It's A Numbers Game right here at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser!
Paulie Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
It's a lot of fun. Doubleheader. Let's do it again in 2 weeks. And we'll do it 3 more times on the season. First touchdown, Nico Collins, plus 650. Texans right down the field. Keenan Allen, 11-1. All 4 quarterbacks went over their longest rush.
Very nice.
That was stealing, too. Texans, Buccaneers, both teams to score in the first quarter, plus 140. No turnover in the game, 8-1. That keeps cashing in primetime games. Buca, anytime touchdown and Tampa wins, plus 425 here at Circa. Mayfield, 2 touchdowns and Tampa wins, 3-1. Scoreless quarter, plus 310. All teams to make a 33-yard field goal. Both teams to make a 33-yard field goal in the primetime games, 7-1 so far. Mayfield, longest rush over on the road, 10 straight. Cash that. The late game, Johnston, anytime touchdown, plus 250. The alt total under 41.5, plus 175. We'll get to this later. I think they're a fade tonight. The Phillies won the NL East late in La La Land. I would expect a lot of guys to have the day off, the game off tonight. And highest scoring game, Reds Cardinals, 10-1. Subscribe, be part of the team, VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos at Paulie Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in. We'll put you on. I'm going in fresh here. This is David, and I met him on vacation in February at Fontainebleau. He said hello. I think I was playing the Pigs game at Hens.
Okay.
Whatever that thing is. He's a nice guy. What did he do?
So he sent this email in, ftm@vsin.com. We were asking for all your major jackpots yesterday on the program. This is at Resorts World here in Las Vegas. I asked him for a timeline of this, like when it happened. I haven't heard back yet. But look at this. He is playing $50 denominations. Single play.
$250 a push.
Dealt 4 to the Royal, and he hits the jack.
Oh, my God.
$200. Can you imagine that? $200,000 you're dealt 4 to the Royal. How long do you let it breathe before you hit it?
I'd have half a beer, half a drink.
And then what's your celebration, like pants down?
Yeah, pants down on Fremont Street. Absolutely. You fit right in, those animals.
Nobody would even notice.
Be dancing, right? See that kid out there looks like Jeffrey Dahmer? You ever see that kid out there?
I've seen 10 of them.
Oh, that's good. How about another one? Keep it coming. That's awesome. Oh, this was great. This guy sent this in. He was playing Ultimate X. Was this 12,000? He held the ace 10 of diamonds and he got it in the middle. I think it's 12,000 in the middle 4 times. Thanks, guys. Yeah, 12,000. He's playing dollars. He got a multiplier 3 times.
Okay, and only held 2 of them.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Yeah, but the 10, though, is right.
Yeah,
that's a question for Randy McKay to even do that.
I don't.
Yeah. Derek Stevens coming in later. This is all the rage.
Frank B. actually coming up in 10 minutes.
Good, great point. There's this lucky box that they put outside the coffee shop. And you put money in it, like $250. You can win Pokemon cards and this guy won an Emmitt Smith autographed jersey.
Yeah.
And there was an employee who works here, and he got one like a $1,600 Pokemon card or something. And you're telling me someone just got a championship belt out of it?
Yeah, it was signed by... I got to get it before I even say any names.
Right. Excellent. Very good. And how about a dog video? Come on. You guys have been so good sending them in. Karen sent this in. Look
I've seen. This was wildly popular.
Yes. The dog coming in the middle where he's got the pizza. And they come, everyone's sitting at the kitchen or at the table outside eating, and there's a hole in the middle. And the dog just says, I'll take that. Right. Good looking pup. He ate so much he's getting tired. I'll have some of that. Let me try some of that. Sure, looking around. That's great. Excellent. Before the line moves, Sharp Plays already there. They don't just follow the market, they help move it. You're not going to outsmart billion-dollar books or full-time sharps on your own. With the Sharp Plays, you don't have to. Powered by advanced AI and plugged into trusted insider sources. Sharp Plays delivers the edge serious bettors use every day. Free reports, alerts, and market-moving insights straight to your inbox or X feed. Isn't some weekend hobby. Jeff and the crew have been doing it since 2011. We love him. He's great on the air. Great stories. Connected. Documented results, public logs, transparent receipts. SharpPlays.com. Trusted by pros, watched by the book. SharpPlays.com. Support Jeff and Sharp Plays.
Started a new podcast today here at the VSiN Network with Jonathan Von Tobel. It's called Pod to the Futures. It's only going to be future talk. That's it, betting on futures. So there's going to be stuff posted year-round, obviously, and there's always going to be a time to update futures. We're going to do it once a week, your favorite line. It's going to be Tuesdays. It's going to be available wherever you get your podcasts. Also going to be on YouTube TV. It should be up at some point this afternoon. That was one of the bets that he talked about. The Chargers, number 1 seed in the AFC at plus 950.
Yeah.
He also still thinks Warren's worth a bet to win Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Colts. Even though he's down, he's as low as plus 350 today.
Interesting. And we're going to get to Pizzeria, Tip Jar, Mama's Pizza coming up later as well. Is the better bet Jonathan Taylor, Offensive Player of the Year, or Indiana Jones? A lot of Indiana Jones MVP. I'd rather have Taylor, but
okay, so
or little Jim Bob.
We talked about that on the podcast as well. If you bet all 4 of these, let me say 3. I can't get there with Jones MVP. But if you bet 3 Colts awards right now, Taylor Offensive Player of the Year, I think the high mark right now is 20-1. If you bet Steichen Coach of the Year and Jim Bob Cooter Assistant Coach of the Year, odds are they're not going to win all 3.
Mm-hmm.
But if you bet all 3 of them, I mean, the numbers have a chance here of really going down at some point. They already have with and Warren's the other one. So there is 4.
Yeah.
So if you bet all 4 of them, can they win 2?
Well, calm down, Jim. Do they win the division?
I see.
That's the first thing.
I'm asking the question like I don't even know if this is sustainable for the full year.
Yeah.
It's been great for 2 weeks, but
it's upside down. It's crazy town. The Broncos can't stop Danny Dimes. They score on their first 10 possessions. But you look at it, they beat the Titans at 3-0. They go to the Rams, Raiders, Chargers, Cardinals, Titans, Steelers, Falcons. Who knows? I mean, it's just, boy, what a story. I can't believe it. But the other thing is, Jacksonville's not that good, and the Texans have issues, and a ton of them.
Big time.
Texans, right? We talked about it. They could be 0-3. Also, there could be a catastrophic injury. As much as we're singing the praises of the Chargers, and I love them so far, I imagine Mac's out for the year.
Well, I mean, his arm. I mean, have you ever seen an arm go like that?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that for like 2 seconds. I'm like, okay, I need to look away. That was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen ankles and knees go the wrong way, but an arm like that, wow! Like, what's the comparison there? Who's that happened to before? How does he possibly? I could be wrong.
I was at a UFC fight once, and Frank Mir broke Tim Sylvia's arm.
Well, yeah, the bone popped right.
Yeah.
You could see it.
He wouldn't tap.
Yeah.
He goes, all right, I'm just going to break your arm then.
And he did.
He broke his arm right in the
right there. You could see it. It was oh man.
Yeah.
So I don't. Other than that,
I was going to say Packers also plus 260 to be the 1 seed. And if you were listening, that was so fun on the show the day it happened. We were talking about it, and then 2 seconds later, Parsons was traded to the Packers. But they had the Week 4 line up at DraftKings 1.5.
That's right.
So we'll get to it, I think, tomorrow. But the line is up now. Green Bay is now 4.5 at Dallas. And some people still think that's short. So a lot of people jumped on the 1.5. Got a good, great situation there.
I think this in the NFC. Clearly, their defensive numbers right now, they're blowing away the competition. They're so good on defense. But we're going to find out a lot this weekend in Philly. A lot. Because that could go like 3 different ways, right? If the Rams go there and win the game outright.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Stafford stays healthy the entire year, I love this team.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. If it's a close game and well played, then it's going to be, okay, these 2 teams are clearly going to be factors the entire year. But what if Philly blows them out?
What if Philly wins a low-scoring game and stinks offensively again?
Okay, then I think we might have concerns.
Yeah.
But what if Philly puts a pounding on them, and they cover like all alternate numbers here, and it's 34-20 at the end of the day, and it's really never even that close.
Yeah. Chargers 11.5 adjusted win total. Over is plus money at DraftKings. I like that. The other one, the anti-tush push stuff. I think it's going to go bye-bye. The Dean Blandino comments and so hard to officiate all this other stuff. Now, I understand the guys are moving early, but it's not like an epidemic or a big problem here. They're the only team that knows how to do it.
Right.
So if you can't stop it, that's on you. The only reason it works, though, is because their quarterback can squat 500 pounds like the special when Sal Pal did it on SportsCenter when he did that special on him in the locker room.
Paul,
other teams, they look like complete idiots when they try it.
Right. We saw a shotgun on 4th and inches last night again.
yeah, right.
Right. So think about that.
Yeah. What the hell was that play?
I have no idea. So that's what teams do because they have no chance to pull it off like the Eagles can.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that'd be BS if they banned that move. All right, up next, professional bettor Frank Betty is going to join the program. He's one of my favorite guests to appear on this show on a semi-regular basis. He's been on several times. We gave up even discussing NFL teasers on this show. We'll ask him if the days of betting teasers are long gone because of the increased juice and how he helped a friend win a house gambling several years ago. This story is nuts. Frank B on the program coming up.
There's no better time to join VSiN Pro. Right now, get started for just $9.99 for your first 30 days or save 50% off with an annual subscription. As a Pro user, you'll get our newly updated NFL betting guide as well as the college football betting guide, the ultimate playbook packed with expert picks, team previews, and best bets. Plus, you'll unlock exclusive features like real-time betting splits, daily best bets, and full access to the VSiN Watch app. Don't miss out. Head to VSiN.com/subscribe and join us on the Sports Betting Network. Get your edge this season with VSiN's College Football Betting Guide, exclusive to VSiN Pro subscribers. It's packed with 136 team previews, preseason top 25 rankings, and best bets from our experts. Pro subscribers also get the NFL Betting Guide, daily best bet emails, exclusive splits, and full access to our premium betting tools. Sign up now at VSiN.com/subscribe for just $9.99 for your first 30 days. Or save 50% with an annual Pro subscription and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome in. Thanks for watching today on YouTube TV. Thanks for listening on Sirius XM channel 158. Any of our affiliates across the country, TuneIn Radio, and iHeart Radio as well. Our next guest, our first guest of the program today, one of our favorites over the years on the program, Frank Betty, professional gambler, advantage player, joins the program. Been doing this for many, many years, and he is kind enough here to sit in studio for the next hour. Great to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you guys. It's been a bit.
Yeah. So we're going to get into Survivor overall, big picture this week as well, next couple of weeks. You love playing these contests. That's coming up in a little bit. How you helped a friend win a house gambling several years ago.
We could do that.
It's an awesome story. And then observations on the current state of Las Vegas as well.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you got a lot of them. You got a lot of them to share.
Yeah, after being away for so long and living here 30 years, you notice the changes.
So your Twitter handle or X handle is @TiesWin. Again, you're a pro. You've been doing this for a long, long time. We don't really even discuss teasers anymore on the show. What do you make of that? Because can you find spots to even bet -110 on a 2-team 6-point teaser anymore?
Well, in town, no. Like, as you guys know, most of, like 90% of my action these days is offshore. So I'm still able to bet teasers, because you can get those type of outs, which are available offshore. But in town, I just did a little tour downtown. I saw maybe one item over at the Nugget that was worthwhile. I got 3 teamers plus 160. That's kind of acceptable. But for the most part, from what guys are telling me, no, they just systematically have been raising the price every year to where now we're getting to the point where, you're better off looking elsewhere.
Can you take us through the history of this? Like, how long were 2-team 6-point teasers around -110 in that range? And then what's the breaking point where they're no longer bettable based on like historical numbers?
Well, it's, like we're going back 20 years, 10 years even ago. Yes, you could find them. You can find them at smaller spots. It was up to like 2 years ago that I knew where a couple were in Nevada. But for the most part, it's been a lot of offshore. And as far as like what's acceptable, once you understand the math and the break-even points and you convert them to percentages or money lines, then you start to be able to see it more clearly. Like for a $1.10 teaser, that's like betting an alternative point spread at -262. And it's pretty systematic. As you go up 10 cents of cost, you go up about 20 cents on that alternative thing. So -120, it's -282, and up the scale, -300 or -130 is -300. So it just depends. If you're functional enough to figure out what your alternative point spread should be, which is with those 6 points, then you can kind of tell if you have any value. But for the most part, -120 for the 6 pointers is about where you're going to start saying it's time to do something else.
Okay.
Like, is there any place left in town that's 120?
I have not seen anything below 125 or 130 at all.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw across the street was 125. And the really sharp places, the guys that know what they're doing here, Westgate, Westgate's like $1.40.
$1.40, $1.30.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something where it's like, go somewhere else.
Yeah, they're basically telling you, do not bet teasers here.
Right. Yeah, it's going the way of the dinosaur.
So you're in a ton of contests. What do you think about how the length of Grandissimo and the length of the Westgate Survivor, if we'll get to Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah, okay. So, well, you have 2 distinctly different contests. Mm-hmm. They're both Survivors, but when you're playing Survivor here for 1,000, that's a different animal than playing over at Westgate for 5 or playing Grandissimo here, because when you start to plot your path, in here you absolutely have to look all the way to the end of the season. You don't have to do that in Grandissimo. It doesn't matter what's going to happen the last 5-6 weeks. I mean, if you're looking past Thanksgiving, you're looking way too far ahead, because like, what would you make the line on it even making it to Thanksgiving or the week after? Because we made these lines. Me and my buddy, we made, we could compare our lines, and we kind of came close. And before the season started, making it to Thanksgiving was a distinct dog.
Okay.
In Grandissimo, estimating how many were going to be in there. Same thing for over at Westgate. But now that you've made it through 2 weeks with no casualties, there's literally like one guy knocked out of Grandissimo. Mm-hmm. It's different. It's about, I'd make it, well, what do you think it should be?
Even money now to make it to Thanksgiving?
That's a good line. Yeah. It's pretty good. That's what I would make it. Even money.
Yeah, with a lack of carnage to this point. And, oh, by the way, I need to point out that some of these plays, man, it's a $100,000 contest. Some entries so far have really had onions. I mean, I thought the 49ers play last week was awesome.
Big stones.
Very risky, but I love the stones on that entry to take them.
Right. I'll tell you what, I took a look at, after 2 weeks, who picked what and kind of try to put things together. There's a couple entries you can tell they know what they're doing. And one's obvious is Survivor Atlas. Now, they took Buffalo last week. And then you have to think about what are they thinking? Because what's the play this week?
Yeah.
What's the big play?
Seattle.
Buffalo.
Right. So they know they don't want to be on these ultra popular plays.
And you think Buffalo will be used more than Seattle?
Yes.
You do?
I think so.
And then, next week too, Buffalo's going to be super popular because they have the Saints at home.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. This guy decided to use his Buffalo now because he already just had this decided in advance. I'm not jumping on those super popular Buffalo weeks. I'm going to get. He was the only one.
Yeah.
Now, when you pick up that distribution sheet, once the picks come out, that's when you find out did you make a good pick or not. If you look at it and you go, wow, I'm in there like in week 1, I took Denver. If you took Denver and you're in there with 51%, you got to be saying that. Oh, I wish I could do that again. Because you're just not going to get there that way. You're not going to get there being on the most popular picks. I think it's pretty common knowledge now. 3 years ago when we were talking about stuff like this, people were like, oh, why is that? Well, you're just not going to make it to the end. And if you do, you're going to be there with a bunch of people.
I think we saw that maybe a little bit in week 2. Do you think it was baked in? Because I thought Baltimore was going to be higher than Arizona, but I thought Baltimore was going to be in Denver territory from week 1, but it wasn't. They want to save them.
Right. Well, yes. I mean, Arizona, I think, has got a good matchup in week 4, maybe. I think they get Tennessee or something like that.
Yeah, and they have Jacksonville coming up a little later on.
Yeah. So, so the whole concept of, plotting your path and how far out do you plot it is totally different in these two contests. You do have to save teams for the holidays at Circa. At Westgate, you don't.
Right. Huge.
So it's going to be it's two different contests because of the different rules and two different strategies because of the volume of people in.
How much dead money is in Circa Survivor?
I think there's the least amount of dead money is in Circa Survivor 1K. Well, maybe it's not. It's just mixed in there because when you see the distribution of the picks, like in the first week, 50-some% took Denver. At the Westgate, it was only 46%, but in Circa, it was only 38%. And that's correct. In other words, more people played it right and dodged that popular pick than in the other two. The other two, when you get up to the big money, people start to tighten up.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose in the first week. And they take Denver. And then I don't want to lose in the second week, and they take Baltimore. And I expect more of that this week. That's why I said I think Baltimore, in the big money ones, I think they're going to be number 1. I understand Seattle's number 2, right?
Yeah. Other people are projecting Seattle to be number 1.
Yeah.
Like Paulie was suggesting there.
The whole Thursday night thing. I take the Bills against the Saints next week.
I think could be, but like I said, the higher it goes, the more they just don't want to. Give me a scenario where Buffalo loses. The coach is about to get fired. Everybody's just waiting for it.
Yep.
They look great, up to this point. They handled the Ravens. I mean, you look at it, and people who are just trying to make it to next week, they're going to go, I'll just take the gimme.
Okay, well, step out for a minute. Step out. If you don't want to use Buffalo or Seattle, what are you thinking? You can use the Packers on the road.
No.
Right? Okay.
No. I don't like that spot at all because, I mean, who's the better defense, Cleveland or Green Bay? Because they're probably 1-2 in the league based on performance so far this year, right? Uh-huh. Cleveland's allows less than 200 yards a game against good opposition.
Right.
Okay, it's not like they were playing, Carolina, that they played Cincinnati and Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And they're number 1 in yards allowed per game and tied with Green Bay yards per play. You're going to do that? They're at home. You're going to take that chance with them? That's a live dog just because of the defense.
Can I give you another team I want to avoid this week?
Let me guess. Chiefs?
Yeah. I don't want them. Do you?
I don't know. But like you say, when the distribution sheet comes out, that's when you get the answer to whether you made a good pick.
Right, I know.
The Chiefs are being saved for about a month from now.
Yeah.
They have a soft spot there. I forget. I think it's at LV visits.
I think, they get the Raiders at home.
That's probably what people are targeting. They go, wow, they'll have their act together by then. But, defense has done nothing wrong. It's just, they're 0-2. Are they going to go 0-3? The Giants showed, against Dallas defense, they showed quite a bit, but I don't know. It's a candidate.
Okay, so Frank B's our guest, lifelong professional gambler. He's won like 5 contests, by the way. We can expand on that. And also, he's won a house before. He also helped a friend win a different house, which has an amazing story to it. He'll tell it next.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim is the only thing like it in the world.
Check out Stormy and JVT on Money Moves, only on VSiN.
And maybe that's why they wouldn't, because they're the Giants and they don't do things that make sense.
Out of all these divisions, this is the one that I am the most curious about because I do think there are positive signs for the Bears.
They'll take you on a fun, fast-paced journey, weaving in everything you need to know to make an educated bet, while also not shying away from the excitement of a same-game parlay sweat. Money Moves, weekdays at 2 p.m. Eastern on VSiN, the sports betting network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome in. We are live in Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino, spending the next 45 minutes with professional gambler, lifelong bettor, Frank Betty, you're also in the Friday Night Football Invitational here, along with Anthony Curtis, off to a nice start with that. And also you're working on a book with AC as well that's coming out, relatively soon, next couple of weeks, you think, or so?
Yeah, it should be definitely out by October. It's a book being written by Blair Rodman. He's a World Series of Poker winner. And Anthony and I are contributing sections of it because they're going to have a contest section, and then they're going to have like a, basic strategy sports betting section. But it's an introductory book. It's for entry-level sports bettors. And it's going to cover the whole gamut of sports betting with a heavy concentration on Las Vegas. And we're just finishing it up now. We're going through the final edit. And once that's done, it's going to get printed pretty quick. It definitely should be out in October.
Okay, and what's the name of the book going to be?
All about sports betting. I believe that's what they settled on.
Okay, that's official, you think? So they have settled on the name?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll probably have AC on then in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, he'll bring you a couple of books in.
Very cool.
10% discount for you.
So you've won a house gambling before. How long ago was it? Where was it at? Was it here?
It was, sure. It was at the Stations Casinos when they used to... Do they do that anymore? Or they just have only last man?
It was a couple of years ago, a while back.
They got rid of it, though, right?
There was something
where you pick every game every week?
No, I believe they did, yeah.
Okay.
But you win a car or a house.
They start the pay scale. The top of the pay scale is a house, and then a car, then money, and then all the way down. And then the same thing in the opposite direction was from the bottom up. House for the bottom. So that was the angle because it's no point spread. Just figure out what you like and fill the card out backwards. And back then, not a lot of people thought to do it.
And that's what you were doing?
Sure. That's
awesome.
how I won. But it was... you were going for about 40% of the pay scale was distributed at the bottom, but maybe 10% of the people, if you're lucky, were doing that. So it was a huge overlay doing it that way.
Okay.
So that was easy, and that was my first big score in Vegas. I was playing blackjack. That's my origin, blackjack player, and you're always trying to manage your bankroll and keep things. So you got a little influx in there of a nice 6-figure boost, and then things changed. Now you can do different things. Now you have some flexibility.
Okay. So you also helped a friend win a house that's gambling related.
Yeah, he's my partner from way back. We've known each other 40-some years. But that's the thing. After a while, when I would come on with you guys or others, they would go, oh, he won 2 houses. I go, wait a minute. How did it just double to 2 houses? I didn't win 2 houses. So that's why I mentioned it to you guys. We should probably straighten this out. So after that first one, your friends, they come out every year and they want to, I would like to do that. Can you put the picks in for me? And I said, yeah, sure. Just come out in August. We'll sign up. Give me your card and I'll take care of it. Tell me who you want every week. And what happened was we didn't have the foresight to get a second card. So you have a card, and back then you had to swipe on kiosks. You swipe on the kiosk, you put your picks in, you're done. So after 10 weeks, my friend, he's in first place and decent, he's got a couple game lead. I go, oh, looking good, man. Go to put in the picks on Saturday night. Swipe, nothing. Doesn't register. Card's not working. They have a few kiosks. Do that. Basically, I tried every kiosk at all 4 stations, and I couldn't get it to work. And now we're at Saturday night, and the picks are due Sunday, 9 a.m. I called him. I said, dude, I don't know what to tell you. But your card's not working, and we weren't smart enough to leave a second card here. What are you going to, what should we do? So I go, FedEx, not going to make it.
Uh-huh.
Can you fly here? Can you get here in time? Nope, can't get here in time. So because of my my involvement heavily in the blackjack world, which is kind of an underground kind of thing, blackjack's one of those endeavors in the casino that they frown on more than anything, more than they should, but they react strongly. So you end up, all good blackjack players end up getting backed off everywhere. You can't play. You can't play under your name. Mm-hmm. So what's the answer to that? Do you quit? Well, no, you figure out a way to play, So you have to change your identity. So how do you do that? Well, you got to have fake IDs. And so we had, a guy that would. By the way, the statute of limitations is all expired on this stuff, so this is not
good.
So we had a guy, and we didn't cut any costs. We made sure like he had a DMV quality printer, just like they use to make them, and he had all the accoutrements. So like nowadays, or if they do it anymore, you look up in the upper right-hand corner of an ID and you see like micro print. They'll look at it like that. Well, back then they had like this dust that they would sprinkle on it. And then before they laminated it, and so it's just like a fiber in a dollar bill, When you look at it, you can tell this is the genuine deal. He had all that. So anyway, I said to my friend, I go, send me a picture of your ID, front and back, and I'm going to go get an ID with my face on it and your details, just like it's in the system. Because back then, at the slot club, they didn't like scan your card. So they didn't have a picture. They just had the text information.
Yeah, this is awesome.
So he does that, and now I got to call the guy. It's 10 o'clock at night, and I say, "Hey, man, I need some plastic." He's like, "All right, come over in the morning." I go, "No. You don't understand. I need it right now." He goes, "I'm going to bed." I go, "Dude, I do favors. I gotta have this right now." So he goes, "Okay, come over," and this process takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So, but I go over by midnight. He's got it done. Then I got to show up first thing in the morning at a station, get an ID, go to the booth, give him the ID, get a replacement card. Oh, by the way, give me a second card. Sure. I do the same thing again. Get over to the kiosk, and I get the picks in. And I give my friend credit because if he had wasted all that, that we had done, but he brought it in. He took it the rest of the way, the distance, and he won the house. But just think. Unless you have some, if you don't have a goofball friend that's involved in this kind of stuff and can go get an ID on an hour's notice, it ain't happening. So
incredible,
that's unbelievable.
Oh my God, you got the guy. It's like Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise opens up the drawer.
We had on call for blackjack. We had not only we had a lie detector guy, a polygraph guy too.
What do you mean?
Well, because if you were playing with a lot of organized groups, teams, if they suspected a player was maybe not reporting their wins fully, or
did.
Oh yeah, you would call it. Hey,
take the poly.
Yeah, bring them over here. They bring them over and they give them a lie detector. Yeah.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Who else was on the payroll?
Yeah.
Keep going.
No, well,
it's like a panel of experts here.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying we had these things available to us.
Wow. Oh, this is great. Phenomenal.
But anyway, that's
walk me through the process. Is it like, because Randy McKay's won like 9 cars. You just go in, okay, I don't want it, I'll take the cash, whatever. Right. Maybe I'll drive one of them. Do you turn around and sell the house? What's that process like? Do you live in it?
Some people, I bet, a lot of people took the cash alternative, which was a pretty discounted rate.
Yeah.
But I took the house. I had them built a house out by Sunset Station.
Okay.
And then I eventually did sell it. I mean, because at that time I didn't really have all that big a bankroll, but I had a house. And now I got all these bills. And I told the wife, I said, listen, I know I said I'd give you this, but, I need a bankroll. If you want to make this thing happen. So we lived in it a while, we sold it, and then I said, I promise you I'll buy you a different house. And that's the way it ended up. But most people take the cash alternative for cars, they make a deal with the dealership. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Oh, did your buddy keep the house too?
No. The project that he got involved with is, it ended up not being completed. So then they said, you got to take the cash option.
You have to take the cash option. Was that
because that was maybe during when the housing thing was kind of going on, and then projects were going up, and then all of a sudden it wasn't a good idea anymore.
Okay.
So
what did you throw the ID guy? Or you said that you've done so many favors for him. Was it just?
It's just one of those things.
You owe me, man. So you're getting out of bed at 10:30.
He's in that circle of people that everybody helps each other out. Information is the most important thing. So if you're good for good information, people will do stuff for you, and that's pretty much what it was.
That guy had the sand that goes
little
on
sprinkles, like glitter that the chicks put on their face when they go to clubs. It looked kind of like that.
How nervous were you when you went to stations the next day?
I wasn't nervous because I've done it too many times. I mean, there's a whole process for doing something like that. Is you go up there and you overwhelm them with credibility, which means you go up there with a stack of chips and this and your thing, and you talk to them, and they're going, "Why would this guy?" Okay, sure, here's your card.
That is a great line.
I mean, just the experience there, right?
You overwhelm them with credibility.
Yeah, love that.
That is well said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. Ice water in your veins from all the experience.
Well, just doing it a few times.
Sure. Right.
That's awesome.
Nothing can shake you.
Oh, man. We're rolling NFL season. VSiN Pro. Get the real-time DK and Circa betting splits. Know where the public and sharps are putting their money. Pair that with the morning email from Bill 80. Every best bet, every host, every guest. The nonstop live video on the Watch app. The proven betting systems at VSiN.com. You'll have the tools to stay ahead every week. Start betting smarter today. $9.99 or save 50% with an annual plan. VSiN.com/subscribe.
Professional bettor Frank B is going to hang out for another 30 minutes. Strong opinions on the current status of Las Vegas, how it's changed over the years, how much more difficult it is now for an advantage player to win today compared to years ago.